This is Margin Machine, where we follow the money behind AI. In 11 months, one person generated $134,000 in revenue selling resumes she never personally wrote, at a tool cost of under $35 a month. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how the pricing, the platform, and the AI stack made that possible. And the obvious explanation, that she just used ChatGPT, is wrong. The actual mechanism is weirder and more profitable than that. Welcome back to another side ledger, where we kill the hype with real numbers. Today's case, a former HR coordinator in Austin, Texas. We'll call her Dana. Not because we're protecting anyone, she's posted her income reports publicly across 2 Reddit threads and a Substack, but because the name matters less than the ledger. Dana left a $52,000 a year HR job in early 2024. She didn't have a content audience. She didn't have a personal brand. What she had was 5 years of reading bad resumes every single day and knowing exactly what hiring managers actually wanted. That context turned out to be worth a lot more than she expected. Because when she paired that knowledge with a specific AI workflow, she stopped being a person who read resumes, and became a person who sold them at scale. If you saw our video on the woman who made $4,200 a month editing podcasts with AI, you already know where this is going. Same principle. Different market. Much higher price point. Let's open the actual cost side of the ledger first, because this is where everyone gets it wrong. Dana's tool stack in month 1, Claude Pro, $20 a month. That's her primary drafting engine. She chose it over ChatGPT specifically because of how it handles professional tone and formatting consistency. Teal, a resume-specific AI platform, around $29 a month for the Pro tier. And Canva Pro, $15 a month, for final formatting into clean, ATS-compatible PDF templates. Total fixed cost, $64 a month. She also used PromptBase, a marketplace for buying pre-built AI prompts, to purchase 2 resume-specific prompt chains for a one-time cost of $18. That's it. No employees. No contractors. No office. Her startup capital was $82 all in. Now here's the tension in that number, $82 in costs is almost embarrassingly low. So the real question isn't whether the tool stack is cheap. It's whether the output was actually good enough to command real money. And that's where this gets interesting. Dana didn't go to Upwork. She didn't build a website. She listed on Fiverr, but not where most people list. Here's the platform arbitrage. Fiverr has a standard gig layer where resume writers charge $15 to $40. That's a race to the bottom. Dana listed in the career advice category, positioned as an HR professional resume review, not a writing service. Her base package, $149. Her premium package, which included a cover letter and LinkedIn summary, $299. That reframing, from commodity writing to expert review, changed the buyer's psychology entirely. She wasn't competing with the $20 gig. She was competing with the $500 an hour career coaches. And she was undercutting them at a third of the price while using AI to deliver in under 4 hours. In her first month, she closed 19 orders. Revenue, $3,100. Tool cost, $64. Net margin, roughly 98%. That number climbs into the comments every time she posts, people don't believe it. But that's what happens when your COGS is a software subscription. Would you have priced it at $149 or held out for $299 from day one? Tell me in the comments, because her pricing evolution in month 3 changed everything. Here's the part nobody mentions, speed was the product. Not the resume. Dana's intake form, built free on Tally, collected the client's work history, target role, target companies, and 3 bullet points about what they were most proud of. That form fed directly into her Claude prompt chain. The chain was structured in 3 passes. First, extract and reframe raw experience into impact-led bullet points. Second, tailor the language to the specific job title using live job description language the client pasted in. Third, run an ATS keyword pass against Teal's scoring engine. Total AI processing time per resume, around 18 minutes. Dana then spent roughly 25 minutes on human review, checking for tone, trimming anything that sounded synthetic, and adding one or two details only a real HR professional would catch. Then 10 minutes in Canva formatting. Total time per order, under 55 minutes. At $149 per order, that's an effective hourly rate of around $162. At $299 for premium orders, closer to $325 an hour. And she was doing this between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m., before her part-time consulting work began. But here's the month 4 problem that almost collapsed the whole thing. Fiverr suspended her account. Not permanently, but for 14 days. The reason, a competitor flagged her gig for misleading credentials. She had listed herself as an HR professional, which was true, but her gig thumbnail used the phrase, AI-powered resume, which triggered a manual review. During those 14 days, she lost an estimated $8,400 in pipeline. That's not a small number when your monthly run rate had climbed to around $9,000. Here's what she did, she diversified overnight. She built a one-page site on Card for $19 a year. Posted 3 times on LinkedIn about her HR background and resume methodology, no mention of AI. And collected emails from her last 60 Fiverr clients directly. When the account came back, she had a backup channel generating roughly $2,100 a month in direct bookings. The Fiverr suspension was, in retrospect, the best thing that happened to her margin, because direct bookings carry 0 platform commission. Fiverr takes 20%. On a $299 order, that's $60 straight off the top. Remove that, and her effective margin just went from 90% to 95%. And then she did something in month 7 that I haven't seen anyone else in this space do. By month 7, Dana had a waitlist. That's a pricing signal. She stopped taking individual orders. Instead, she packaged everything, her Tally intake form, her 3-pass Claude prompt chain, her Canva resume templates, and a 45-minute walkthrough video, into a course she sold for $197. She listed it on Gumroad. In the first 30 days, she sold reportedly around 340 copies. That's $67,000 in 1 month, from a product she built in a single weekend. Now, she's not claiming this is passive. She updates the prompt chain quarterly as AI models change. She runs a private Discord for buyers at $19 a month, which adds another layer of recurring revenue. But the structural shift matters. She went from trading hours for dollars, even very profitable hours, to selling the system itself. Her total reported revenue across 11 months, approximately $134,000. Her total tool and platform costs across that same period, under $900. We follow the money here every week. Subscribe so you don't miss the next trail, because the numbers in this space keep getting harder to ignore. Here's what the ledger actually proves: the AI didn't replace the skill. It removed the bottleneck. Dana's HR experience was the product. Claude and Teal were the factory. And Fiverr, then direct bookings, then Gumroad, were the distribution layers she stacked in sequence. The margin at each stage got higher as she moved up the chain. That pattern, experience as positioning, AI as throughput, digital product as exit, is showing up across dozens of niches right now. Resume writing is just the one with the cleanest publicly available numbers. The $64 monthly tool cost is real. The $149 price floor is real. The 55-minute delivery window is real. What isn't guaranteed is the positioning. That part still requires you to know something worth knowing. Now, the one thing this story doesn't answer: what happens when the AI resume tools get good enough that buyers do this themselves for free? There are 2 platforms in stealth mode right now that are betting the entire resume coaching industry collapses inside 24 months. If you want to know which platforms, and what the coaches who survived the last disruption did differently, click the video on your screen right now.